Hello everyone and welcome back to Priest Brothers Lines. So it's been a while since I've posted anything, and let me just quickly explain why. So I've been really busy the last month and a half or so. My wife and I did a vacation at the beginning of April. That's when I posted that train video that we did in Arizona. And then work has been getting much more busy lately. And then I had a funeral that I had to go to a few weeks ago. And my weekends have been very busy, so I just haven't had a chance to get out here in the garage. I have not done any work on the layout since late March. But I will show you just a quick look over of what I've done. I've bought a few new things as well. So let's go ahead and do that. So as you can see, I have started the process of coloring my rocks. So I have finished all the rock work on this side of the layout. This is going to be where the yard is. I'm planning a beach scene in that corner over there. Some industry in this corner over here. And this is all going to be brownish rock, like red rock, orangey rock. So I've started that. So again, I'm following Eric Siegel's process. So these have all had a primer layer of gesso, and now I've been using paint, powdered paint. Let me show you that. So this is what I use. It's a powdered tempera paint. It is a brown, like a light orangey brown, which is why I picked it. And it's very fine powder. I really should have been wearing some type of mask of some kind, because when I was doing this, it was just getting all powdery all over. And let's just say I could see it later in the day when when I would sneeze. So this is the powder. It's a light brown type of color. Kind of looks like a chocolate milk mix. But it worked pretty well. And so that's what we're looking at here now. So I did it all the way down there, and that's just the first step. Now we'll need to do a color wash, and that again will be a orangey type of color wash. And so I've taped everything off here. Again, you can see some of the powder down there. It gets everywhere. The layout is just a mess. I mean, there's little bits of that powder everywhere. You can kind of see it on that that track right there. So I'm gonna have to clean all of that. But I can't use water probably, because then it'll turn to paint, and that could be a problem. So if I could use the vacuum maybe, I don't know. Again, I have not been out here for a month and a half, so I really haven't thought much about it. But I'm hoping to have some more time here pretty soon in the next few weeks, where I can get that wash done and really start to get it looking better. One other thing that I've done is I bought a microphone. I bought a little lapel microphone. It was a cheap one on Amazon. It was like $20. It's this right here. It's just a lapel, but I'm hoping that'll improve the sound so that you don't just get kind of that background noise of it just happens when there's no microphone. So I'm hoping that'll improve the quality of the sound. So it was a cheap $20 one on Amazon, but it had decent reviews. And me not being a professional, I don't think I need to spend hundreds of dollars on a microphone. Let's look at some more things. I am happy to say that I did get back those two cars that were not making sound from the Lionel Daylight Express set. So if you recall from my Lionel GS4, the black one, two of those cars had some issues. This overnight car here, it's just a sound car. It was not making any sound. So I sent that back. And this PFE, this Vision Line PFE here, the sound worked fine, but one of these little doors was broken. So I sent both of them back, and about a week ago, they came back in the mail, functioning perfectly. I would show it, but I really don't want to turn power on my layout because, again, it's dirty, and there's plastic on the rails to protect the rails from the paint. And yeah, this doesn't seem like a good idea. So I will have those running again at some point in the future, of course, when I'm able to run. But I'm happy to say those came back. They worked perfectly. It took about 5 or 6 weeks, but they worked perfectly now. So thank you, Lionel. Thank you for living up to your repair guarantee. One new thing that I did buy, so I was up in Northern California a few weeks ago, and there was a hobby shop that I went to, and I was able to pick up this MTH overnight car. So you can see the differences here. So this is the Lionel sound car there on the left, and then this is the MTH car. So they're fairly similar. You can see some differences, like the Lionel one has just SP, whereas the MTH has Southern Pacific written out. The seal on the Lionel one is a little bit bigger than the seal on the MTH one, and the overnight looks a little different. It's a little bit bigger, a little slightly different color on the Lionel one. But they look really good together, and they're, interestingly, the build date on the Lionel one is 8/46, and the build date on the MTH one is 9/46. So that's pretty neat. I'm very happy with that. I've always liked these black box cars, these overnight cars, and I'm finally starting to get some. And just for fun, I thought I would show this HO scale version. Let's see, build date 8/46. Look at that. Did they make them all in 1946? I'm happy to say that I've been able to take down my tarp structure that I had up there, because it's getting summertime and rain is going to be less and less likely in Southern California. So I was able to take that down. So I'm finally able to get the full effect of my lights up there. And now I'm seeing that this side of my green tower has no light on it. So I most likely will put another light on the ceiling, or on the ceiling at some point. Those of you who have watched my first videos know that I am planning on making an extension of some sorts that would come off there, and we would set it down. I would move the car, and it would kind of go around, and then it would attach back over there. So if I do that, I will add some more lighting up here where the tracks will be. But that's in the future, preferably when wood prices have come down from where they are right now. But we'll see about that. But one new addition is this chain link fence that I made. So I got this idea from Luke Towan, or Towan, I'm not quite sure how to say it, but he's another YouTuber. And so I followed more or less what he did here to make a very nice looking chain link fence. So if you're interested in how to make that, you can go and watch his videos on chain link fences. It's very simple, it's pretty cheap, and it looks pretty decent. This is just wire with an aluminum screen, and you basically just solder the wire together. Looks kind of messy right there, but that's okay. And so I'm planning on having a road here, so it would only be one side. It would just be the right side of the road, because I didn't have enough room, and I wanted a little gap right here to put, you know, bushes and grass and stuff. I didn't want the road right next to the fence, because that's what had to have happened. And then we'll have a crossing right about here somewhere. Well, it'll be right here. So for that, I am planning on doing Eric Siegel's method of blacktops. So I'll just smear that on top of here. So that is my plan. And I'll probably extend the fence out maybe a little bit more. I haven't quite decided yet, but that was my first attempt to do that. I think it looks kind of nice. And then there'll be a gravel road that'll go back here to a gravel parking lot. That'll be for the grain silo. That I've picked up recently were these two items here. So I bought this Corber model signal tower. Corber is the same company that made the sand tower that I bought. So I'll be putting that together. It's a kit. I'll probably do it these same colors, since that goes along with my shed. So I'll probably end up doing it those same colors. I'll probably have three spots. I'm planning on getting 2 more signal towers. Basically, one will be right over there where all the switches and X pieces are. I'll probably put one over here where these 2 switches are, and then I'll have one in the yard area. So I haven't quite decided where this one will go yet. I'm hoping to get the Atlas made signal towers as well, so we'll see how that all happens. And then I was able to pick up one of these Z-Stuff crossing sets. I was at a hobby shop and saw it and thought it was a good price. So these 2 crossing gates, they come with little dwarf signals, and they are infrared activated. So I'm not really close to putting those on the layout yet, but I'll continue to buy stuff as I see fit, and then I'll have it. We are under the layout right now, where I've been keeping a bunch of buildings that I've bought. So I picked up these 2 houses. They're both Rail King. They were pretty inexpensive. They're only $50 each. So I bought them. And you know, they look pretty decent. I'll weather them a little bit. I'll add brush. I'll probably build a little garage, something like that, and they'll blend in nice. You know, for inexpensive price, I think that looks pretty nice. So I picked those up recently as well at a hobby shop, local hobby shop. So those will be on the layout at some point in the little town area. We are in the scenicking area of my garage. This is something else I was able to pick up. These 12 pine trees, ready-to-made by Woodland Scenics. Ready-to-made? Ready-made. They are 6 to 8 inches tall. I have a lot of shorter trees, but I wanted to buy some taller trees too. So there's 12 of them in there. So that'll look nice, I think. And here is my drawer o' trees. So I got some more Woodland Scenics trees in here. Got some handmade trees that I bought from a train show a few months ago. They're pine trees made from wire. And then some like cheap trees that I bought on Amazon. So they're small, they're cheap looking, but I think with a little sprucing up, add a little color into them, and put them kind of in the background, I think they'll look nice. So this is just my collection of trees. Since I'm not near putting trees on my layout, I've just been collecting them. And eventually I'll have a bunch, because if you don't know, trees are really expensive, or they can be. So it's nice to start to collect some now. So we'll look at some of the other scenery supplies I have here. So I got the fine ballast cinders, so that'll be for the blacktop for the roads. This medium gray ballast, I'm going to use that for gravel roads. And then I got coarse turf medium green, coarse turf light green. This used to be a gravy container, but as you can see, they're exactly the same things. So I just save those, and I've got those little bags of burnt grass. So I got those. This big old M&M's. Product placement. Oh no, these. I'm just kidding. I put my my ballast in this big thing of M&M's. So this is the ballast that I'm using. It's Brennan's Better Ballast, mixed with some brown ballast, because I've noticed the ballast in my area has a bit of brown in it. So that's the ballast that I'll be using, and that I used in my tunnels. Got this fine turf yellow grass. I got some poly fiber back there. I'm going to use that for trees. A few of my handmade trees right here. We'll see how those compare on the layout. Some paprika. This is actually paprika. I bought it because it was $1, and I was thinking maybe those red flakes could be used for coloring things. I don't know. Haven't really tried it yet. These are mixes of dirt with grout. So I've been watching people doing dirt because I'm getting close to laying dirt. And so oftentimes the dirt, like the real dirt that you find in your backyard, is a little too dark on a layout. So you lighten it up. One way you can do that is adding some grout. And so that's what I've done here. I've been experimenting with different colors just to see what works best. And then in this black pepper container, this is just light green grass, or just green grass, just fine green grass. And so here is the other side of the layout here, where I've been laying, or where I've been putting the powder on. So again, this is just the first layer. I still need to do a wash, but I've just been taping everything up, trying to get as little paint on these tunnel portals as possible. But it's turning out pretty well. And I got this corner here, so this is just going to be just that wood right there. So that'll end at some point along the edge there. So I still need to put the washes on to change the color, to get everything in there, because you can still see a lot of the white from the rocks. But it's looking a lot better than just plain white rocks. So that is what is coming along. So I'm hoping to get that wash done in the next few weeks. I'll have some more time pretty soon. So there's one more thing that I want to show you guys, so here we go. So the last thing I'm going to show you here today is something my wife picked up for me when we were at the Verde Canyon Railroad. Note the video that I posted, really the last video that I posted. I went away to go film the train, and she was sitting in the gift shop. She picked up something for me without me knowing, and this is what she got me. She got me this railroad spike with Verde Canyon Railroad markered on it with a little train there. So I thought that was really neat. She surprised me with it a few days later. But it looks like, you know, they got like a gold type of thing going on there, and then like a turquoise kind of thing going on there. So that was pretty neat. So I'm assuming this is a real railroad spike. So I'll be displaying that somewhere. I'll probably end up having more shelves along this wall, or maybe that wall over there at some point. So I'll be putting things like this, for example. So I have some hats, some things like that I don't really wear, so I thought displaying them might be kind of fun. So thank you to my wife, she is a darling, and thank you guys all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry for the large span of me not doing anything, but frankly there hasn't been anything to show, and I've just been so busy. But I think I should have some more time pretty soon here, so expect more videos. I'll show updates on the scenic stuff. If I get anything new, I'll be showing those, and I have some ideas for some new run sessions. So keep tuned in, guys. Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe. This is Priest Brothers Lines signing off.